want to be careful with that type of mic because it hangs on the wire. It'll rub on your shirt and things like
Oh,
that. So when
should
you
I just
talk, you
go
might
back
want to when you're talking, you might just want to pull that up towards you a little bit. Okay.
like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but,
Okay.
however
And
you
I'm
want.
not too loud here.
Nope. It's good.
Okay, perfect.
You sound
All right,
great.
wow. Oh, I thank you.
We're streaming live on Facebook now, just in case anyone wants to know. I got to set up so everyone can see all the background shiz that's happening now, which is totally fine because that's who we are. We're just having a party right now.
All right. And Suzanne, go ahead and come back from 5 for me once.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, sounding all right. And all right,
Okay.
so Kat, you've got your microphone. Go ahead and come back from 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to go into your Zoom settings. So on the Zoom window in the bottom left corner, you'll see a little microphone and there's an arrow right to the right of it. Go ahead and click that arrow.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Click the thing.
All right, then go to
That
audio.
better? 5, 4, 3, 2,
Go to
1.
audio settings.
Gotcha. Audio settings.
All right, and then we're next to where it says microphone. What does it say?
It says the USB exterior mic. I've clicked on that.
Okay, go ahead and move that mic a little bit closer to you, more in front of you there.
Oh, that's a nice looking mic, girl.
Oh, should I get it in shot? So
I got this big mic going on right here in front of me.
look.
You might as well put yours in the shot too. Why not? Yeah.
All right, and okay, so one more time, just come back from 5 for me, Kat.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, yeah, that's much
Sounds
better. Perfect.
Good. Yeah.
Right, so everybody's good. We will get started in 1 minute.
I have mic envy.
We are talking about sexy and sex today. So, I mean, having that mic might be really sexy.
Let's not even get into the phallic nature of microphones. There's too much. It's 7 o'clock in London. It's like it's too early for this.
I figured that if I put about sex and sexy, I would attract more people to come and watch our show today. I mean, why not? It usually works. So, whatever.
No one likes talking about sex. I don't think. Nobody people don't talk about sex ever.
No.
Never.
Let's talk about tea.
That's right.
Well, we're going
scones.
to.
And scones, Kat.
Yeah.
You and I can talk about scones and Clotted cream.
Where are you
but we don't want to talk about Clotted cream either.
Suzanne, where are you based in England?
I'm in London. Where are you from?
Yeah, Kat, where are you right now?
I'm in LA right now.
Oh, hey, LA.
So is Patty. You guys should have gotten together for
Yeah,
coffee.
we could have been on screen together and with your fabulous mic.
I know, we could have shared it. I'm originally
It's
from
big enough for both of you. I will not make any more jokes. I promise.
Sorry,
I
Kat,
won't. I'm not going to make any more jokes.
All right, Colleen,
I'm
get
on
started. Send in the
Facebook
feed your
and
way.
we're getting ready to go live on Voice America. So now we have to be good.
Welcome to Lead Up for Women. Speak Up to Lead Up with Colleen Biggs.
Just hang in there with me.
Without
I
permission.
know I didn't set you guys up on this.
To live your best life.
So just chill
Whether
out
you
and I'll
start
let you
the
know when you're
business of
being
your
interviewed.
dreams or
Okay?
celebrate your present
All right.
and future accomplishments. You're
Feel free to
definitely
make
in the right
comments when
place.
you want to make
Now,
comments.
here is your host, Colleen Biggs.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be an amazing show today, y'all. I'm so excited. So welcome to Lead Up for Women, Speak Up to Lead Up. I'm your host, Colleen Biggs, and I am joined my last week with the beautiful Patti Troisi today. Hi, Patti. How
Hi,
are
Colleen.
you?
I'm great. Oh my gosh.
You have been a busy bee. So I think we should get in very quickly and talk a little bit about your content creation online summit that you've been working on, because there's a replay coming up. It's still going, right? Is it still going?
Still going. And we're approaching the Academy Awards, which is super exciting. I have a really fun last episode, which will air on Saturday. And we have a replay on, it was going to be Sunday and Monday, but we're going to extend it to Tuesday because everybody will be involved with the Academy Awards. But it's the contentcreationshow.com, and it's how to bring magnetic content through the screen and into the heart of your audiences through videos. So it's just, I've interviewed 20 experts, including Colleen, and it's been so much fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've been very impactful interviews. Any of you looking to want to go out and get some content on that, I definitely recommend you go out to contentcreation.com and contentcreationshow.com.
Yep.
And I'll have Patti put it into the comment section on Facebook. So all of you that are listening on Voice America Empowerment Channel right now, you go to contentcreationshow.com. and you can listen to the replays out there. Patti is one of our members of Lead Up for Women. And for all of you that aren't aware, we give massive exposure to women and lift each other in a non-judgment zone. And we're here to support each other. That's what we do at Lead Up for Women, because you are freaking amazing. And so everything we do is about supporting you. So if you want massive exposure, and when you're launching something like Patti's launching right now, which was a huge summit online, she said, hey, can I come on and be a co-host? Because I really want to get more exposure on this. I was like, yes, please. We want to give you more exposure. So this is what members get to do with us. They get to get discounts on events. They get to be in the magazine. They get to be on the radio, be a co-host, teach a Teaching Tuesday webinar. There's so many opportunities for you. So I know I've said this for a year now. I mean, you might want to join. It's been a year. Right.
Oh my
and
gosh.
if you're brand new listening today.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, Patti, what were you going to say?
You just, like, everything you say, you stand for. You're one of the real leaders in the community, and the way you hold up women is so inspiring for me. So you guys need to ladies need to jump on and join Lead Up. It's an amazing,
it's so much fun. It's just good support. Yeah. We do 3 webinars a month. Like, it's unlimited. But let's talk a little bit real quick about today. I woke up so excited because today's the day that I get to move into the mansion. And everyone's like, why is she moving into a mansion? Well, we have 5 fabulous days in a mansion here in Scottsdale, Arizona, of the first of 5 events that we're having across the United States. And I have 11 ladies, including me, joining us. The Chef V is in her car traveling here right now over to us. And I'm super excited that we have the opportunity to host all of these ladies at our event here in Scottsdale, Arizona. So this is an event where we have 5 workshops planned. We have spa treatments planned. We're going to go give back and serve for a half a day at Maggie's place. We have so much opportunity for you to purposefully connect, break through things that you've been needing to break through so that you can move forward in your life, so you can move your business to the next level. We have nourishing food for your soul. We have yogis coming in to do yoga with us and meditation. It's kind of the full package. Work a little bit on yourself, rest in a little bit. And not to mention, it's a 10,000 square foot, 5-star accommodations in a mansion for a weekend. Like, who wouldn't want to stay for a long Thursday through Sunday? I've got these beautiful gifts planned for everybody, and all these special pillow gifts, handmade. Here's the other amazing thing that I haven't talked about, and I want to promote more than anything our sponsors. We have 14 sponsors for our events across the entire United States for Lead Up for Women this year. And I want to just give a shout out to Scout and Cellar, Desiree Michaels, who gave us all of our wine. It's a very pure wine, no sugar, doesn't have the sulfates. Robert Worth Films, which is doing all of the video for us, Paleo Magazine, Further Food, The Date Lady, Primal Life Organics, going to keep going, Capello's, Base Culture, Malaise Sausage, Sweet Apricity, Stoka Nutrition, Lux CBD Butters, 3 Point Wellness, Size Does Matter. That's our actual Hummer that we're taking, that's picking us up and taking us. KY Selenite Candles, Kai Selenite Candles, Chalk to Me, and doTERRA. Like, these are a lot of sponsors that we have, and I can't thank them enough for all of that they have done, and for graciously donating food and goods and candles and oils and you name it, so that the women can have a wonderful weekend and have their souls and bodies nourished while they're working through what they need to work through for themselves and their business. So super excited about that. Okay, we've got a lot of people joining us. I even have some people that are coming that have joined us. Hey, Coach Donnie, she is on her way tomorrow. So I want to say hi to you, Nicole, Haley, Anissa. Hello, everybody, for joining us today. I have two. See, I told you if I said sex and sexy, we would get a lot of people joining live. I have two beautiful guests today on our show, and I'd like to introduce them. I have Suzanne Poole and LaCohie on the show today. So ladies, say hi quickly to our guests.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, Colleen. Great to
Hi.
be here.
So Suzanne's all the way in London. It's amazing how technology brings us together. And Kat is over in LA with Patti hanging out. And they both have beautiful accents. It's awesome. Last week on the show, we were in Israel and Costa Rica, LA, and Phoenix. That's where all of us were from last. So it's amazing how technology just brings us together. And I wanted to start out by talking to Kat. And Kat, the reason why I want to talk to you first is you've just created an article for our magazine that's going to be published on the 13th of this month. That's going to be coming out to all of our members. We do have a magazine too. And it's a beautiful article about how burlesque can positively impact every area of your life. And when I first heard Kat talk to me a little bit about burlesque, I was like, so this is very interesting. I need you to share more about how burlesque, because you think about the workshop of doing burlesque and what that takes to create that type of, I don't know, movement or dance moves, and then get, the fears that some people have of being on stage. So Kat, I want to welcome you to the show, and I would love for you to share why burlesque, because you have a special name that you go by, and a character that you have for burlesque. So please introduce us to her, and also introduce us to you and why you teach burlesque and how you got here.
Yeah, so my character name, or my burlesque name, is Vixen DeVille.
Mm-hmm.
I like to say to my students that you're not creating your character, you're excavating your character, and that it's not that I'm unhappy with myself, or that I'm not good enough, or I need to be someone else. It's that I am Vixen DeVille. That's the character, the essence that lives in me. But we've all put on layers to survive in the world that we live in. We've had to behave a certain way at school, or behave a certain way with our grandparents, or behave a certain way at work, behave a certain way with our children. And so these essences, these ways that we naturally want to be, we sort of quash them down for the society. And so I'm peeling back those layers of, I have to censor myself with this group of people, and I have to behave this way. And so Vixen DeVille is the unfiltered, heightened version of myself. And I'm peeling back layers to reveal Vixen. I'm not using Vixen as a mask to hide who I am underneath. And that's what I love about burlesque specifically, is that people will sort of think burlesque is synonymous with pole dancing, or just like a stripper. And yes, there's so many good things about pole dancing and getting in touch with your body and strengthening your body and connecting to your movement. But burlesque, I feel, kind of, it takes it one step further, in that you are, yes, connecting to your body. Yes, you're doing your movement, and you're connecting to all that, but you're creating this 3 to 4 minute piece of performance art that is 100% you. And you're saying, I'm going to wear these types of clothing. I'm going to use this sort of music. I'm going to create this kind of storyline. And if that's just you being expensive, covered in feathers, walking down a staircase, that's what you do. And then you reveal this is how expensive and wonderful I am. If your storyline is, I'm tied up in chains because someone's made me feel like that, and during my act I release myself from my chains, and then I celebrate myself on stage because of the freedom I've just found. Or I'm a mermaid going from being only able to swim underwater, and now I strip off my my fins, and I have legs, and now I can walk. Your stories that you create on stage are your self-expression, and I'm giving you a space. Well, I'm not giving you a space. Burlesque is giving you the stage where you have those 3-4 minutes to fully express all the parts of you, the sexy parts, the scary parts, the maybe weird sense of humor parts. And it's so freeing and so wonderful. And everybody is celebrating you in those 3 minutes. And you come off feeling like purged and then because you're so used to performing like that for those 3-4 minutes, it filters into the rest of your life. So I would come on stage, and as Vixen DeVille, I maybe would say something a bit more cutting or a bit bitchy or a bit weird sense of humor that I think people wouldn't quite get. But I would do that on stage and it would be accepted and celebrated. And then when I was in my everyday life, I would accidentally behave that way as well because I'm so used to doing it. And I'm like, oh, I can say these things and do this stuff in my everyday life. The world won't collapse and fall apart. And so I've now become so much more myself because I've been allowing myself to do it in the safe space that is the burlesque stage. And then the more you do it, it's just a habit. You habitually become the real you.
I love that because I feel,
wow.
I feel like we all have a warrior inside of us, right? So some people will name that avatar or, and then in the days that maybe you're not feeling as strong, that warrior steps forward and that becomes the one that can be the strong one. And, what does that warrior look like? What is that warrior story, right? So it's still
everyone has a different warrior. Like I talk about the femme fatale character and you might go, okay, Jessica Rabbit, but that's not everyone's femme fatale. I'm like, is your femme fatale wearing a long velvet dress? Are they wearing a detective's coat? Are they wearing Tomb Raider like holster and gun? Are they wearing a PVC cat suit? Like your femme fatale is your femme fatale.
Right.
And I went to this event once. I was like, I'm out of my depth. Why am I even here? And I was at the door and I was like, I'm Vixen fucking DeVille. That's who's fucking here. I strode on in. I was like, I'm here.
I'm checking as fast as I can to make sure none of my grandchildren are watching. We're good.
Oh God, yeah.
No, it's totally fine. I want people to be exactly who they are. I'm totally fine with that. But I think you bring up a solid point that a lot of women need to hear this message from you today. And that solid point is you're not mimicking to be somebody you're not, right? You still need to be you. We're not saying, hey, because you're not enough, you need to now create a character and be somebody else. We're saying dig deep, tap into your power, find out who the warrior is inside that for some reason you've decided to pack away.
Because the person that you are now that maybe you're dissatisfied with, is a combination of labels that so many other people have given you. And so, you're the geeky one at school, you're the overweight one at school, you're the stupid one, you're the failure. They're not things that you are. They're labels other people have given you. Right. And so you might go underneath, I'm not a failure. I'm I'm successful and I'm fun loving and I'm whatever it is that you are, you know what you are inside. And it's just that this outside creation started from like 5 years old when you're in infant school, and people start giving you labels, and so you start behaving to those labels. And now you have labels of like, I'm the CEO of a company, or I'm the parent of 2 children, or I'm or I'm a widow, I'm an ex-con, whatever these they're things.
It's an identity,
right?
Yep. Yeah. You identify, that's who you become. Yeah. So I've got to know, because this is the part that I think is like the juice of it. How do you take a group of women, or do you work with men? I can't remember.
I do, yes. Sometimes I work with men, and I've worked with some trans as well. Yeah. So I like to call it, because I try to figure out, I've got notifications coming through. Let me stop that.
Okay.
I'm so
I was like, is somebody dinging me? Am I supposed to be doing something right now?
I was just going to ask her exactly the same question. Exactly. I love it.
So yes, I do work with men as well. And so what I've decided to call it is that I'm helping you access your femininity or your true you. So I'm not specifically going, it's men and women, or it's the male class. And I will sort of say, I'll refer to feminine, like I'll say the femme fatale. I think, everyone can access the femme fatale. I don't have to change it to like, oh, it's the male panther, or like, I think people are intelligent enough to know what that is for them. So yes, I do absolutely. I've worked with I worked with a trans who was trying to sort of learn how to walk more as the character that they felt was truly inside them, and sort of change. So we did like a styling session, and we did like finding their physicality, and that was beautiful. That was really interesting.
So what is your technique? So explain to our listeners that are listening, what is your technique of how you are able to take someone who walks in and it's very obvious that they have these several layers, they're kind of a little tucked away, but they wouldn't have walked in the door or signed up for your workshop if they weren't ready to dig for a little bit more. How do you then, what is your technique of how you help them bring that character and that person of that deep-seated warrior out?
Yeah. So first of all, I work with, where are we at now? Like, how comfortable do you feel being in the center of a room, having people looking at you, and you're not dancing or doing a routine or, you know, saying a speech. It's just you. I don't know how to turn that off. I'm so sorry. We're just gonna have to deal with it.
Good.
There you go. I come with
to sit on it. That's what I do when my phone won't shut up. I just sit on it. I don't know what else to do.
My phone's off.
What are you supposed to do? You know,
coming to my computer, and I'm
whatever. We're just human.
So I start with where you're at right now and how confident you feel being looked at, and drawing attention to yourself. So I get them to be in the center of a room and actually connect with somebody in the circle and say, look at my ankle, look at my knee, look at my shoulder, look, and just to point at parts of their body and say to look at me. And so that they already feel, okay, I actually feel comfortable being in the center of a room, or I feel terrible being in the center of a room. I cannot even be looked, because I can't start unearthing stuff unless I know where your comfort level is at. And so during that little sequence, some people become, it already starts coming out, and I say, you have to say, look at my, you can't say, can you see my, what do you think of my? We're not asking questions, we're not asking for validation. You're telling that person, look at mine. And you're not saying, oh, look at my shoulder. Do you like scars on shoulders? No, you say, I know. Look at my shoulder. I know that you like scars on shoulders. I know this about you. I know that you're watching. I know that you're looking. And to confidently say that, and to also say it's mine. It's my elbow. It's my shoulder. It's my boobs. It's all of my. This belongs to me, and I'm telling you, look at it. And it's such a weird mindset, because so many people go, it's a shoulder. No, whose shoulder is it? It's your shoulder. It's different to everybody else's shoulder. No one has seen this shoulder in the history of humanity. And they go, are you looking at my shoulder? No, you are looking at my shoulder. I want you to look at it, and you take control of that situation. So as people do that, it comes down, some people become playful. Hey, look at my shoulder. Look at this. Oh, yeah. And then people go like, look at my shoulder. Look at my shoulder. Like, and they become really powerful.
So they bring that masculine energy, starts pulling. Yeah.
So great. And so you see in that exercise, everyone's been given the same thing to do. And I tell them, don't copy how I do it. Don't do it how you think you should do it. Just do it as you. You're just letting yourself do it. And then all these characters start coming out. And so then we do like a walking exercise. So I get people to walk around the space and to just connect to how they walk right now. Don't change anything. Just note how you're walking. Are you wide stance, cross stance? Are your hands crossed in front of you? Are your shoulders up? And really go like feet upwards, what every single part of your body is doing. And then I play music for different characters. So I have a femme fatale piece of music. I have like a cutesy cheesecake piece of music. And I just get them to move to that piece of music and explore the space above you, explore the space, you're just moving. You're not even walking, you're just moving to this piece of music, adding in what I call some self-love, where you're actually connecting with your own body. And I talk through those characters as they're walking to the music. And I say to really focus on one thing that's different about this walk and make it 10 times bigger. Like you're drunk walking, like just make this stupid, like get out of your, this should be this way zone, and like open the box to I'm just going to move like this. And so I go through, what do you wear? And I talk to them like, what are you wearing? Where have you just been? Have you just blown up a building and you're walking away from the flames? Are you walking into a courtroom to bust open a case? Are you walking out to onto a stage to sing to your adoring fans? Are you coming home to kill your ex-lover? Like where, just really get
we both are rolling, huh? Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. That's a good place for a break. Since we have to take a commercial, that's a good place for a break, because what I really want the listeners to be able to hear when they come back is, all of the successes you've had with people that you've worked with, and the moments that you've seen people create their warriors and bring them forward and wear them on the outside versus wearing them on the inside. So when we get back from break, let's talk a little bit about that, and then how people can connect with you if they're interested in doing something like this. So we'll be back in 2 minutes, listeners. Stay with us. Wait for Voice America to break
All right,
us.
great. All clear.
Okay, cool. All right. So we are still live, and I have Melanie joined us, Renee joined us, Anissa joined us. So hello, everybody. Thanks for being there. This is an awesome show today, and I'm going to unmute you. I had you muted. Sorry, Suzanne. Because
sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
Had a little bit of a technical thing. My battery ran out. I was like, oh my God.
This is an amazing
work.
Yeah, so Facebook can hear us. Everyone waves, say hi to Facebook because they're all out there. And what'll happen is once we're done with the show, I want you guys to go out to the Lead Up for Women page on Facebook, go to this video, put all of your contact information in the comment section. It's the best way for people just to click on the links. They'll get to you immediately. Whatever special offer you have today. If you want to do like a consultation with someone, whatever that is, I'll ask you if you have a special offer. You can also put that in there. I can tell you, even Patti, I think when she did a special offer, people were contacting her right away. So you want to make sure people love free. Whenever it's anything free, they love free. So if you're giving away anything for free, now today's the day to do it. And so when we get back, Kat, I will finish interviewing you, and then talk about all of your contact information, how people can reach you, because we do have a lot of listeners. You know, we have 20,000 of them that just listen on when it goes on demand to a podcast or listen live. And then we have another couple thousand that'll watch the video through Facebook, because some people just like to watch the video. So just make sure that you're very clear about your contact information. And if we need to spell anything out, that way if someone's listening and they needed to write it down, they could write it down. So we should be coming back here in a minute. Monk will probably jump on and let us know when we're coming back. They'll do another lead in. I'll welcome everybody back, and then we'll go straight back to you, Kat. And then once you've, that looks delicious, by the way.
It does.
It's so good. Oh my God.
Amazing. What is it?
Pineapple and mango, cucumber, spinach and mint.
I was just going to say, is there some mint in there? Yeah, that looks amazing.
Throw the mint in.
And mint grows so easily in a pot. I always recommend everyone grow their own mint. Just go out and grab it and throw it in.
I want a t-shirt that says grow your own mint.
Oh,
10
that's
seconds,
good.
10 seconds.
Okay, thanks, Monk. I think last week we were talking so much and having such a great conversation. He finally just like texted me on here. We're live, by the way. We're back. And I was like, what? We're back?
That was awesome.
I missed that whole lead in.
You're listening to
didn't
Lead Up
see
for
that.
Women.
Sorry.
Speak up to lead up. To reach the show today, please call 1-888.
I remember when I first started doing this, I was so nervous. Now it's like,
That's 1-888.
I need to pay more attention.
9141. You may also send an email to info@leadupforwomen.com. Now, back to this week's show.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm really enjoying today's show. So welcome back to Lead Up for Women, Speak Up to Lead Up. I'm your host, Colleen Biggs, and I'm joined by Patti Troisi, my beautiful co-host. Patti, say hi.
Hello, everybody.
And I'm also joined by Kat LaCohie, who is actually been speaking a lot about how to bring out your inner warrior and wear your inner warrior on the outside through burlesque. So she was just talking about her steps and her techniques of what she does. And so if you missed it, you're going to have to do a little rewind and replay the beginning of this if you're just catching us now. But for those that have been listening and are still on the edge of your seat, Kat, I'd love for you to explain as you're working through these movements with everyone, and as you're having them own their bodies and own their limbs and their body, you know, their faces and everything that they have on their body, and really helping them bring that inner warrior out. What have you seen in, you know, through this that you've seen with people that you've worked with?
I think that me saying those examples out loud, like I said, oh, are you going to go home and kill your ex-lover? And everyone laughed. I have to say these things that are so out there in different spectrums, because I'm giving them permission to have those thoughts. Because if someone's always been like, you know, I have a real dominatrix even vibe inside me, and I have these weird fetishes that maybe are looked down on, and I can't speak them out because people will think less. But if I say them out in the room and I go, yeah, you're allowed to decide to kill something. Yeah, you're allowed to decide that you're an evil witch who's whatever it is. I can throw those out and they can go, oh, well, she said it. It's okay then. I can claim that for myself. And so then after we do all the movement, I throw in props and costume. And so I give them a whip and a gun and a knife and a holster and a feather fan and a boa. And I explore the different sides of that character. And I say, there's no rules. You don't have to go, well, I've got a gun, so I can't have the feather fan at the same time. Why not? You have both those elements in your character. Yeah. And so once they start and it really pulls them away from their everyday life, because
so great.
If you have a kid and you have them throwing up on you every day, you never wear anything expensive, you know? And if you work in an office and you're in a business suit, you're constantly restricted in your movement.
Yeah.
So I'm gradually during this session pulling them away from their habits and their normalities, and I give them a long skirt or long flowing skirt or something or a hat, and they at the end they're a whole different person. And either they're in tears because they just didn't realize this lived in them, or they're like, this is the most me, this is who I knew I was, like and I'm allowed to be this person. So what a shock. Like, it's just so liberating. And at the end of the session, these people who at the beginning didn't even want to stand in a circle and be like, look at my finger, they do at the end. Everybody does their own little like 20-second, 30-second routine, and they're just living on stage and like, here I am in all of my glory and playing with people and being fun, and they just walk out. And I say to them, this session isn't just for you to be like, no, I'm a burlesque performer. I want you to walk out of that door like you're walking out into the burlesque stage, and walk into every room, every door. If you never come back to me ever again, take this session where I've said, you are allowed to be you. Give yourself that permission to be you, and walk out that door with all the confidence and give that you as a gift to the world. And that's how I kind of end.
Patty, can you see now why I have legit like begged her? I need you to come to one of my events.
Yes.
Can you imagine if we just took a couple of hours and decided to do like a little burlesque show? How amazing it would pull out warriors of someone and name your warrior. And it's just what you're doing.
It's all about what we've talked about, Colleen, dropping the veil, like really just being yourself authentically in the world and really owning that. And it ties so much into acting. So
beautiful.
Just beingness, and it's beautiful, really.
It's freeing for you to be able to be that way. Again, society, culture, there's a lot of judgment on, like you said, how you feel and what you feel is acceptable, and you give them this non-judgmental space that you reserve for them to just have the permission to be anything they want to be and pull out anything inside of them at that moment. And I love what you're doing. So if I wanted to get involved, and by the way, I will let everyone know which event you're coming to, so they can all make sure they sign up for that one, because that's going to be the one Patty's like, I'm there
for that
event because I want to learn.
I'm going to bring my flowers.
How can someone work with you, Kat, if they wanted to sign up for a workshop? Is this something you do online? Do you do steps online? Explain to us how someone can work with
you. I've had a student in Poland and Sweden and Australia, so I do online stuff, and they're out there. I have a book called Vixens Unleashed, and it has the stories of 12 women who've gone through this training and where they started, how they found me, and where they ended up, and they're all in the book as well. So if you're like, I'm not really sure, it's scary, get the book and read how this has affected other women, because it's just phenomenal. And then proceeds for the book go towards, I have a scholarship as well for people who can't afford the full training.
How do they find that Vixens Unleashed book?
Yeah, go to the website, vixendeville.com.
Spell that for me,
VIXENDEVILLE.com.
Patty's writing as fast as she can. Look at it.
There's a button for classes, and there's a button for online classes. Okay. So if you're in LA, hit classes, because I'm in LA.
Patty's signing up.
I'm in LA. Done.
You're in LA. The best way if you're in LA is to just come to an intro class. I run them every month. And then if you're online, there's there's like small little chunks if you want to just test it out, dip your toe into the world of burlesque, or if you want to do the full on, I'm ready for the whole transformation. There's Permission to Play, which is the full act development full course.
So do you perform anywhere, or do you just do the actual?
Yeah, I'm performing tonight in Vaz as well. So I perform, I'm at Trip in Santa Monica tonight. I perform at Beetle House LA, which is like the Halloween themed nightclub in LA. I do Freak Show and Sideshow and Fire and Burlesque.
That's so amazing.
Then there's Muddle and Twist, which is in North Hollywood. And I have my solo show, Vixen DeVille Revealed, which I'm taking a break from right now. I was touring it last year, and it's being shot for a TV special. So I'm now focusing on post-production for that rather than.
Last but not least, I want to celebrate you because I didn't even mention that you're the winner of the Best International Show, winner of the Soaring Solo Artist, winner of the Encore Producers Award, nominated Best of Cabaret and Variety, Best One Person Performance, Best Out of Town Show, Best Solo Performance. This is insane. You are amazing at what you've been able to accomplish, and you're doing all of it to lift other people, to lift to them, to help them bring their warriors out. Thank you, thank you, thank you for what you're doing. It's incredible.
Can I just add, on top of all of these awards and this amazing work that you're doing, you're so approachable, and I can see why your students are having breakthroughs and really getting in touch with their inner self.
I feel like sometimes people will see burlesque classes and they're like, oh no, because it's gonna, especially dance class. Dance classes scare me because I feel like the teacher's just like, here's how amazing I am, and here's some moves that you can't do. I just feel like anytime someone comes up to me and they're like, I'm not sure if I should do this class, I'm like, no, babes, you need to. Like, you're gonna be good.
So amazing.
Like, I got you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and don't leave, stay with us because we're moving on to Suzanne. We're going to get a little sex talk. So I'm not really sure how this one's going to go, but Suzanne Poole is with us, and you were in the legal side of things. So I see it almost like this pendulum of you being in this kind of legal side where I want to say maybe you're really pent up in this tight, like we talked about with the business suits and stuff, right? And then you have this pendulum switch of you being over here and writing books, and now you're on a completely different journey. So, and Suzanne is joining us from London today, everyone. So I'm really excited to have her here today. And I wanna ask the question, where did it start, of where you were in your position in corporate or wherever you were, and then how did you get to the point where you are outwardly speaking about sex and how to have a better sex life? Tell me how that started.
So thanks Colleen. First of all, it's really amazing to be here, and I just totally love what Kat was talking about. Like, that was super inspiring and totally resonated with me, and just really amazing. So thanks very much for
very complimentary
me to be here.
Today, yes.
Like really, I the next time I'm in LA, I'm coming to one of your workshops, Kat. So I mean, basically, you're right. I was a lawyer for like 15 years in the media industry in London. So I've worked for, I've worked in music, TV, film in London, not in Hollywood, not in LA, in the center of the media industry, but in London, in some pretty big companies. But it was pretty buttoned up and very, very boring. And essentially in my 30s, I was dry and celibate and fat, and just kind of, I had a good career. That was about the sum of life. I had a great career, but the kind of joy and fun and wetness of life wasn't really there. And one thing that Kat was talking about was like unleashing the vixen in you, and that's really what happened. It's like, so I had a bit of an epiphany just before I was 40, and I was like, what if being celibate has nothing to do with my body size and my fatness, or it actually has to do with how I feel about myself. And I was like, what if being in a relationship has nothing to do with anything outward or anyone outward, but actually to do with me and how I think about myself? And I was like, well, actually, maybe I'm pretty great and I'm okay. And I was able to go out and date and meet men and, well, frankly, get laid after quite a long time of no sex at all. And And then I was
There are
like,
comments coming in, by the way, saying how gorgeous you are. So I just want you
thank
to.
you. Thank you
They
so
are.
much. And I'm like here, no makeup, my hair, like, just sitting in my house.
Love it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and it's just like, but I couldn't see that about myself until I realized that that's what there was to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could let other people see it. And like I said, I got laid and I was like,
Yes.
And then I started having fun. And then in the kind of way that Kat was talking about earlier, I started exploring bondage and domination and submission. And it totally, allowed me to express myself in a way that I'd never expressed myself. So I do talk about sex, and I do talk about being tied up, and I do talk about tying other people up and what that makes available for me and them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, and then I had the opportunity after that of, well, life threw me a curveball, my job disappeared, and my father died at the same time. And I was like, well, I have the opportunity to do something completely different with my life. What actually do I really want to do? And talking about sex and empowering women to feel good about themselves, no matter what it is, like how old they are, no matter their age, height, weight, doesn't matter. When we have the right to enjoy all aspects of life, and in particular our intimate relationships and our sex life. So here I am doing that. And
so that was your earthquake, because there's always an earthquake that we build mountains so that we can start climbing. And that was your earthquake. And I'm so sorry to hear about your father, but I know that the shift with the job, and it totally transformed your life and allowed you to live in your power and who your vixen is, right? Inside.
Exactly. So, of course, would I rather have my father alive and watching me doing what I'm doing? He would not approve, by the way. He would think, oh my God, what are you doing?
He's flipping over in his grave, right?
Very proper English man, and think, oh dear, what's she doing? At the same time, I think sneakily he would be proud of me to because it does take courage to express ourselves and to be really who we truly are, and I heard that in what Kat was sharing about what she's doing. It really takes a lot of courage to be willing to go into yourself and uncover who it is that you are, and let the world see that. So, in a way, I think my father, I like to think my father would be proud of me. My brother, who is my remaining family, is proud of me. But it's like really, women have the right to express themselves and enjoy all aspects of life.
Sure.
And that's what it's about.
So tell us how you're able to do that now, like on a regular basis. Are you working? Because I know that, we talked about, and I'll get back to Kat at the end when we talk a little bit about the Best You Expo, because I'll be speaking there too. So and you were telling me are you going to come to LA and speak at the Best You Expo?
I am. I'm coming to you guys to do the Best You. So I was at the Best You in London last year, and I'm coming to LA to do the
March 20th and 21st. Well. Do you know what day you're speaking, right, and in which room?
I'm speaking both days.
Okay.
I have a slot on both days. I think one of them is at like 2:00. I think the one on the Saturday is at 2, and the one on Friday, I don't know. I need to check the times. I can't remember yet, but I will be there both days.
So you guys can look up Suzanne Poole.
Will you share with us the Best You Expo? So we know what this is.
Yeah. So the best you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Suzanne. You talk about it.
Yes. So the Best You Expo is a gathering of personal development people, really speaking about what's possible and what's available in the world, to empower us as people to really live our best lives. Wow. There's Neuralink, there's NLP training available, and I know that Les Brown is coming, Marissa Peer, who's like really well known in rapid transformational technology. So there's really and Colleen Biggs, I heard a rumor.
Bernardo Moya, he is the founder. I interviewed him on our radio show not too long ago, and I've been interviewing Best You Expo attendees and speakers and exhibitors, and it's been in my newsletter every week. It's been everywhere for giving away free tickets for everyone. So all you have to do is I'll put the information in the Facebook link in the comment section for anyone who wants to go. It's really great because it's not, it's a it's free tickets that I can give away. Or I think it's $30 for 2 days to be able to go. And there are 14,000 people that they're expecting. And there are, I don't know how, hundreds of lineup of speakers. They have different rooms. I'm in the women empowerment room. There's a main stage. I know Carrie Conley's going to be there. Kat, you're going to be there. And which stage are you speaking on? Do you know?
I'm women's empowerment at 11:30 on the Saturday.
Perfect.
And I'm doing like a little workshopy thing in the inspiration zone at 2:30 on the Saturday.
Awesome. Yeah. And I'm speaking on Saturday as well. So we're going to go to break really quick. And then when we get back, we're going to finish up with Suzanne and information on books or content, how we can get in contact with what Suzanne is doing. So everyone stay here for 2 more minutes because we are not done talking about how to get your sexy back. All right. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Stay there.
Okay, perfect. All clear.
Perfect. Thanks, Monk. So I've been sending out the free tickets in my newsletter every week, and I've had it posted on social media. So I will do some more posts on social media about the Best You Expo. Anyone listening, anyone on Facebook, anyone in Voice America Empowerment, you can go to LA on the 20th and the 21st, or you can go to Dallas, Texas. And I don't know what the dates are. If someone has those dates for Dallas, Texas,
I think the dates are I think it's like the 20th and 21st of October.
October.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
October anyway, definitely.
Yeah. If someone
LA is October. LA.
LA is March.
Dallas is Dallas is October.
Okay.
And LA is March 20th to the 21st.
Okay. Well,
So I'm gonna come see you
Dallas
anyway, Patty, when I'm out there.
I know. Well, I have to come to this. Obviously,
Yeah.
this is
Obvious.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And so
Totally.
I'll see Kat because she's there, and I'll see Suzanne because she's there. But Patty, if you're not going, then I have to make a separate trip to make sure I go see you.
Definitely.
in
We're
LA.
going to see each other.
I contacted Meredith and I said, hey, can I just stay at your place? Because I'm coming up there and it'd be
You
fun
can
to
stay
like
here
have a
too.
sleepover.
Stay at my place.
Good. I would love that. Thank you.
Anywhere.
Colleen, where are you based? Are you in Arizona?
Yeah, I am. So I am in Mesa, Arizona, which is a little bit east of the Phoenix area. You have to go far out if you want to get a new build because everything is so landlocked here. And so my husband and I built a new home out here about 3 years ago in a beautiful community. And one of the reasons why I wanted to start my own business and work with women was because we have a huge women population here in Eastmark where I live. And this community I'm very integrated in the community and I never want to leave. And everyone's like, it's like the Beaver Cleavers, really. Everyone rides their bikes everywhere. There's leadership classes. If I posted that I needed a cup of sugar, 9 people would be at my house with a cup of sugar.
Wow.
It's that kind of community that you just don't see anymore, where everyone's helping everyone and you need anything and you post it. Or if you have yesterday, to give you an example,
10 seconds.
Thanks. I posted about, hey, I really wanted to promote essential oils. And is anyone out there want to be able to donate and share with the ladies? And I had like 50 people that jumped on as fast as they could to tell me, oh my gosh, yeah, I'll do it. I'll put the packages together. And I just was like, wow, I was blown away.
Wow.
I was just blown away.
Oh, I love that.
I love communities.
You are listening
like that,
to Lead Up for Women. Speak up to
And
lead
it's
up.
so beautiful
reach the
there
show
as
today,
well. Like the
please
desert,
call
it's so
1-888-346-9141.
Today it's cold.
Is
I have my
it?
jacket.
1-888-346-9141.
What does that mean? Like
You may
70
also send an
degrees or
email
something?
to info@leadupforwomen.com.
60
Now, back to this week's show.
All right, you guys, welcome back to Lead Up for Women, Speak Up to Lead Up. I'm your host, Colleen Biggs, and we are finishing out the rest of the show here. So thanks for hanging with us. I have my beautiful co-host. Last time on the show for this run, Patti Troisi. Say hi to our wonderful listeners.
Hi, wonderful listeners.
And we have had Kat with us speaking about Vixen DeVille, and we've been speaking with Suzanne Poole about how she was just tired of I don't know, the attorney life, and she was starting to really explore more of her sexual side, and she was just tired of being pent up, right? That's what I see, Suzanne. Like, you were like, there's something more in there. I got to tap into that vixen and figure out who that is. And I think what you're talking about is a subject that a lot of women need to hear, because as we get older, our bodies change a lot. And we need to be happy with what God gave us, and be happy with who we are, and be, I don't think men are at all afraid to explore it, in their confidence levels. But why are women so afraid to explore in our confidence levels?
Exactly, that's totally it. It's like there's some kind of conditioning that we have from even being in school about, like, we're supposed to be, we're supposed to fit in this box, and like wear these dresses and these types of shoes and do these jobs, and be this certain way. And it's like, where did that actually come from? Why is that? And as we get older, it's like things change, things move in our bodies. Like, as personalities, we change as well, but it's
some things go away, like hormones.
Exactly. Hormones go, and like our capacity to have children goes away, and and our children, they grow up and they leave home and they create their own lives. And it's like, how do you actually remember that we are people, and that we have a right to express ourselves and be all that we can be, with all that's going on? And that, that's really what the work that I do with women is all about. It's really finding who we are, if we maybe we've never known, or finding out, reminding ourselves of who we really are, what's really important to us, and then expressing that, and it might be in conversation, it might be in relationship. I mean, I loved what Kat was saying about, dressing up differently. Like, maybe it's dressing up as to Lara Croft in Tomb Raider. That doesn't, I mean, I'd love to look like Angelina Jolie. I definitely do not look like Lara Croft at all. But it's like, maybe that expressing ourselves in whatever way works for us, and in the bedroom, being able to ask for what it is that we want from our partners. Because maybe you've been with the same, like, been with your husband for 25, 30 years, and your desiring for sex and your desire for intimacy changes. The way that you want to be touched, the way that you want to communicate, the way that you want to experience sex, it alters over time. But it's scary to talk about that, and that's really what I think is the most important thing. Because also, Colleen, not only does it impact our most intimate and connected relationships, but it radiates out into all aspects of life. So it's like, when you get in touch with who you really are at your authentic level, and I heard Patti talk about authenticity, when we talk about, like, when we get into ourselves in an authentic, deep way, we can express that fully in the world, and that changes everything. Not most especially our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with our deepest partners, but really everywhere. And it's so important.
So what is a tip that you recommend for women listening on how they can have that conversation with their partners, or have that conversation with themselves? I think is really to start, before you have that conversation outside of yourself.
Well, that's a beautiful question. And I would say it's like, really, when was the last time that you actually, well, one of the tips that I give to women quite often is, when was the last time you went to a lingerie shop and actually got a bra fitting? Because for many of us, it's maybe been decades since we got a bra fitting, and things have changed, but it's like, it's quite awkward and embarrassing to go and do that. But it's like a really simple thing. Like, I don't know if I shared this, but over the years, my weight has gone up and down, over, like, literally by kind of over 100 pounds in weight, and my bra size changes, but I would never go and get myself measured for a bra. And just the mere act of actually someone telling me this is the size and this is what cup you should be wearing was just, I could hold myself differently.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like, go make a date with a friend, hold each other's hand, and walk into the store, because it's about finding that courage and that compassion for yourself to understand that you're not the same size that you were when you're 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are. And if you are, like, that's to be celebrated. And if you're not, that's equally to be celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but go and find out, because just having a piece of underwear that fits properly, for me, makes everything. I hold my shoulders different. It just makes everything better.
So true.
You know, it's and then, like, you know, so yeah, and it's that's the first place.
Patty looks like she's ready to say something.
She wants to say something.
I also want to acknowledge the call to action that people may have, that sometimes we identify as a negative thing. Like when you have a moment in your life when you say, is this it? Actually, that's a wonderful call to action to start doing these things and start asking yourself those questions. It's not a bad thing that those calls to action happen in your life and that you are jolted into action. So
thanks, Patty. That's you know, I shared earlier that I do this work following having been laid off from my job and, like, my father passing away at the same time. And it's like, you know, you don't expect earthquake moments literally like that at the same time, but equally, you know, going and buying a pair of shoes or whatever it is that can be earth-shattering for somebody, because it's like, oh, look, life is different from how it was before, and that's okay, and I'm still here, and I'm still, you know, I'm still everything that I have been, and I've got everything in front of me. And that's, you know, that's just really inspiring. I think it's like seeing the future for what's possible.
Suzanne, thank you so much. This is super important information for all of us to remember, you know, and I have a course that I teach too that talks about master you to master your success. If we're not mastering ourselves, how can we expect to build a business or lift others or help, you know, or be the best mom or be the best wife or all these identities that we talk about? We need to work on us. We need to work on us, and we need to tap into us and believe in ourselves. And other than the Best You Expo coming up in LA on March 20th and 21st, and I will put the information in the comments section, how else can people find you, Suzanne, to tap into your work and what you do?
Yeah, so thanks, Colleen. So I will be at the Best You with you in March, and I'm really looking forward to that. Coming to LA especially for it. The other way is to go to my website, which is www.suzanne, which is SUZANNE pool, POOL, no E at the end of pool.com. Come to my website and you can get in touch with me that way, or find me on Facebook. You know, I'm going to be commenting. I'll comment in the Facebook on the post with you. And, you know, I love connecting with people on Facebook. And hearing about what people are up to, asking questions. So feel free to reach out to me on Facebook as well. So.
Thank you. 3 more reasons why you should get yourself over to LA to come to the Best You Expo is to see Kat or Suzanne or myself or all 3 of us. Not one of us are going on at the exact same time as another. So this is a great opportunity for you to, I teach on showing up. You know, that's my thing. Just show up as you, how you can tap into your power, how you can show up as you authentically every day and just live that best life. And, you know, Suzanne, you're talking about tapping into your sexual side for that confidence. And Kat, you're really pulling out that warrior and, you know, bringing that warrior to the forefront. And I think it's so important that we identify and accept and love ourselves, because that's how we are going to be able to lift and accept and love others after we've accepted ourselves. That's a really important message that you've all shared today. So I want to thank you, ladies. This has been an amazing show. And I want to let all of our listeners know that next week, we have Ashlyn Leba is going to be with us next week. She's going to be talking about social media. She's the CEO of Amplify Digital Marketing. And Kathleen's going to be with us from the Team One Love Foundation. It's a nonprofit foundation that we're supporting. And she's going to talk a lot about why it's important for people to have healthy relationships. There's a lot of hurt around this foundation and why it was created for loved ones that were lost. And so I'm really excited that Kathleen Mold is going to be joining us next week. And I wanted to also remind all of you that we have our Teaching Tuesday coming up on Tuesday. And the reason why I'm interviewing Ashlyn is because she's going to be running our Teaching Tuesday. So we all need to learn about how to get our personal brand out there on social media. It's free. All you have to do is go to leadupforwomen.com on the events page and sign up for it. It's a 60-minute free webinar. So come join us. I would love for you guys to be there. And my last little message for today for everyone is, remember that you are the only you that has ever been, and you are the only you that will ever be. Think about that for a minute. How you pioneer your life is up to you. It can be an amazing life, or it can be one that you live in regret by the time you're sitting at your last few hours. So if someone told you that you had a few months to live, how would you live your life? And why aren't you living your life like that already? Think about it, right? So Kat, Suzanne, Patti, love you girls. Love today's message. Thank you so much for being the fuel and fire behind this message today, for us to bring out our inner warrior, connect with ourselves sexually, and really live the life that we desire. Patti, thanks for being my co-host. You're amazing. All right, you guys, have a wonderful week. We will see you next Wednesday. Come back and join us. Bye.
Bye.
All right, great job. Good show. All clear.
Thanks, Monk.
All
All right,
thanks.
ladies. So
Bye-bye.
we are done with the show today. And I'm going to stop us being live on Facebook.